Guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. I very much appreciate this next video. It's really gonna tap into how to really build that mindset, and how even myself, where I myself have actually gotten to because of different books that I've actually tapped into myself. So I do have the first book that I went ahead and tapped into, that really gave me that skill set I really needed, was actually How to Win Friends and Influence Others, right? So I'm just gonna go ahead and go just a little bit into them, just a little bit, and then, so just to give you a heads up, these are the 5 different books that I have actually read within the course of a few months, whatever the case might be. The book I'm actually reading right now is Grant Cardone, Sell or Be Sold, right? Great book. He talks about his lifestyle in this, and this is actually one of his collection books next to 10X, right? So to go back to How to Win Friends and Influence Others, this really gives you the blueprint, or it's more like a starter book. Whenever you're learning about personal development, you're getting better, you probably just started your first business, you want to know how to impromptu speak, and this really does help you. So if you're not a reader, readers are always leaders are readers, to be honest with you. Before I wasn't a big reader. I regretted that in the past, but you learn as you get better, with experience, right? So one thing I can recommend definitely is this book right here. This will really get you up and going, and just really changing, and you understand like the language of really talking to any different kind of people, right? So what I recognize about even listening to the digital version, the newer version, which is the 22, this is actually an older book, but the book or the audio, if you guys don't have Audible, it's a great app. I think it's like $14 a month. Just listen to bits and pieces of it every single day. You'll be a different version by the end of the week, end of the month, end of the year, if you literally just listen to it like there's no tomorrow, right? So this book right here, just to pull a few things like out of this, I do have different pages what I've actually underlined myself throughout this book. So let's just tap into part 1. Part 1 talks about the fundamental techniques in handling people. So when you become a wizard at learning how to handle people, you really become superhuman. I'm not joking, right? So this is a great starter book. So this is actually one of the first books that you definitely want to tap into when you're starting your business. You're wanting to get better, become a better version of yourself. You want to be able to talk more fluently, whatever that it is that you're wanting to get into. This is actually a great starter book. Then what's really going to stimulate the mind that much more is Think and Grow Rich, right? By Napoleon Hill. So this book right here is an amazing audio as well. Just a few things that I wanted to go ahead and tap into. Chapter 13 out of this, which is actually the self-confidence formula. I would listen to that about every day. So what it does is it has there's actually also a workbook for this as well. So this is actually an amazing book in terms of every day. Just listening to chapter 13 talks about self-confidence formula, because even myself, guys, I get in my head continuously, and if you don't have something, but like this, personal development is like the same way like how we feed ourselves breakfast, lunch, dinner. Why not be stimulating our minds 3 times a day, 4 times a day, even 10 times a day, right? You really see a difference in that when you're doing that, either reading or either listening to audio. So this is actually a great book, guys. Think and Grow Rich, chapter 13, self-confidence formula. Check that out as well. So if you're the individual that is in any sort of network marketing business right now, if you're in any sort of direct sales, whatever the case might be, business, home-based business that you're doing online, Russell Brunson came up with a book, Network Marketing Concepts. So this book right here, if you're a fan of different sorts of, he makes it pretty simple. You know, he has different images inside of different sorts of things. In terms of so let me give you guys like a couple examples. Chapter 1 talks about the 3 lost funnels, right? So definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, it teaches you how to market, how to reach out to different individuals, how to edify, all these different kinds of things that you can tap into with checking this book out. Network Marketing Secrets by Russell Brunson. I think actually my favorite chapter out of this is actually Secret chapter 10, where it talks about digging into a home party funnel. So a lot of individuals, you're probably figuring that you know, especially with a system such as network marketing, you know, I've been in tons of different companies. Definitely had some success with some, didn't have some success with others, you know, and that was just basically like the rolling. That was just really just getting my feet wet in terms of what I do now, right? So definitely I would recommend this book in terms of you wanting to get better, in terms of the skills that you need, and that what's also duplicatable as well. So if you don't have a system stands for save yourself time, energy, and money. This is definitely a system-driven book for any sort of home meetings you need to set up, how to teach, and if you're new people, how to make do 3-way calls, how to invite individuals to different events, how to close. All of this is actually in this book, Network Marketing Secrets, right? Great book. And this book right here is High Performing Habits by this is actually by one of my good friends, Sean. So Sean right here gave me this book, High Performing Habits. So this actually gives you the idea on how to really go about your daily lives. This book right here by Brandon Burchard, right? So this one also has a workbook as well. I do have a lot of highlighted pages in this. Let me just give you a quick thing out of this book. In terms of setting goals, he said people who set goals and regularly self-monitor are almost 2.5 times more likely to attain their goals, right? So this is actually from chapter, let me see, 1 second. This is actually from chapter High Performance Habit number 3, Raise Necessity. So, I mean, he couldn't have said it any better himself, Brandon Burchard. If you're an individual that has a habit of that you want to go ahead and set your goals and you're self-monitoring yourself, definitely you will recognize that you'll attain your goals a lot faster than somebody that doesn't have it written down, that's not saying it out loud, that doesn't have a vision board, any of that stuff. You'll see a difference in that, right? So, great book. Definitely you want to go ahead and check this out, High Performing Habits by Brandon Burchard. There's also a worksheet for this as well, and as you're actually going through the chapters, they have different questions to really get the mind and get you really going in terms of, this is kind of like school, but only difference is with this you actually will be using in your daily lives, right? So the last book that we're actually talking about today is actually by Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone, he's a real estate investor, he's a motivational speaker. So this book right here, you will definitely recognize, it really tells you on how to break down, how to really go ahead and become a better, not so to speak a better salesman, but you are creating that much value for the person, for whatever product that they're looking to get or whatever the case might be. You definitely see a difference when you hone in on your skills. So just to give you a prime example out of this book, he said there's actually one of his salesmen that said that some of his tickets for his events were very, very high. And he said, you know, you should probably lower the ticket prices, and you'll probably get a lot more people attending the events. So so Grant Cardone, just to test his theory, he had one of his salesmen. He's like, hey, listen, this is what we'll do. For this event, we won't reach out to anybody. We'll just send out a whole bunch of different emails, no sort of conversing with individuals, no talking to any sort of individual whatsoever, and just let's send out emails to people and let's see what kind of traffic we can get towards the events. So what had happened was the arena was nowhere near half filled with them doing that tactic, and then Grant Cardone went ahead and told him, he's like, this will do. We'll do it my way for the next event, and we'll see how many people show up. So instead of actually sending out emails or sending out mail to have people come to the events, because one thing that I've actually recognized, that you can never mail emotion, you can never text emotion, and you can never any form that's not being vocalized. There's no sort of emotion in that. Mail, email, whatever the case might be, it does not bring any sort of feeling whatsoever, period, right? So what he went ahead and did, to finish off the story, each individual that came to that event was either personally spoken to by him and his other teammates. So the price, so he tripled the price, and more than half of the arena was filled up. So the arena was at full capacity. So what does that say? So it really doesn't matter about the money. It really just goes back to value. Himself as well as his team members gave enough value for people to pay 3 times the amount and showing up. So just imagine they less people showed up to the event when it was 3 times less the price, and because of no sort of communication and just sending out emails and mails to individuals by flyers, but yet people showed up when the price was 3 times the amount. So that really goes to show you, it really all goes back to value, and you connecting with that person on an emotional standpoint where they now see your vision, right? And then things just go that much more seamless and easy, because at the end of the day, it really doesn't, it does not have to be where it's really not dependent on the money or the cost. Like I said, if they see enough value, they'll pay 10 times the amount of money for whatever that you're looking to go ahead and market. So I appreciate you guys hopping on the video. I want you to like and subscribe on this video. I'm going to be dropping that much more content, and then just have an amazing day, and we'll see you on the next one.